Zoe is, on the promenade at the moment, and she's going to give us a little update on the Little Optimist Sailing Academy, and here she is.
Thank you, gentlemen. You know what? It is so nice to be here in Sea Point. I mean, we are at the iconic sunglasses. And you know what? Today is a really special day because I'm allowed outside of the box, but I'm bringing everything to you. Now, the Little Optimist Sailing Academy, they are of the first public benefit organizations that uses sailing therapy to reach underprivileged children. And they most recently also received a very generous donation from the 2024 Paris Olympics and the French Development Association. And here to unpack more of what the Little Optimist is all about is Greg Burtish. It's so good to have you outside of studio.
Thank you. It's nice to be out in the fresh air of Cape Town.
Fresh air of Cape Town. Oh my gosh. I love what you have created with the Little Optimist, the Sailing Academy to reach children. What was it for you that inspired you to be like, this is what I'm going to do in order to be able to connect with children?
Sure, Zoe. You want the long story? I don't think so. The short story is, look, I was a bullied, shy, insecure kid at school, and I had this tiny little sailing dinghy called an Optimist. It's the biggest class of sailing boats that kids learn to sail in. And it's tiny, it's 8 foot, it's very short, very square, it doesn't go very fast, and it looks like a little bathtub. But that was my out, and as a shy, bullied, insecure kid, that was my little escape. I'd climb into this little boat and I'd sail off literally into the sunset and I'd forget all my problems.
Oh, wow.
And then I went through some medical difficulties later on in life, and I spent a lot of time in hospital, and I met all these children. And I realized that these kids come from such poor backgrounds, they've got nothing to live for. And then they had these medical conditions as well. And then, they felt like they were never good enough, and they were different now. And I suddenly realized that this little square, short, fat boat with a huge heart could show these kids that they could go on and do anything. Didn't matter what they looked like, where they came from, what color they were, whether they had their leg amputated, whether they were living with a dread disease, they could still go on and have a fantastic life. And so that was the aim, to take these little boats and, as a metaphor, show these kids that they can go on to live an extraordinary life, even with their difficulties.
And you know what, that is so beautiful, and the name, The Little Optimist, is also so perfect for the positivity that you are planting into these kids' lives. Now, let's talk about this very generous donation that you received from the 2024 Paris Olympics, as well as the French Development Association. You were one of, I think, over 250 applicants, and you're the first South African beneficiary. What will this donation mean to the Academy?
Oh, look, we're really, really grateful. So it's a big thing for a South African charity to go through all the due diligence of these big organizations. They come and look at you, and they cross every T, dot every I. They go into your founding statements, your financials. So our governance had to be 100% correct.
Yeah.
And we had to bring in other money to prove to them that we had other funding. So our amazing sponsors, Two Oceans Marine, Ital Tile, and Southern Wind Shipyard, they are also assisting us with this academy. And then the Paris Olympics came and got involved as well, which is absolutely amazing. I mean, it's what an honor, and to have that big green tick from Paris 2024, and their whole development through sport. They see that we are introducing kids that would never have had the opportunity into a sport that one day they could potentially represent South Africa in the Olympics in, but also that we teach them ocean health, water safety, and the science of sailing, and about their environments. And we give them, hopefully teach them a passion and a skill that they can go on to potentially go into the marine sector and earn a living one day as well.
And also be able to pass that passion on to their friends and their families. Now, Greg, I know that with the Little Optimist, you reach over 900 children each year through, the different programs. What else does the Academy offer to the kids?
Okay, yeah, that's what we're aiming to, 900 kids through just the Academy, just through this. We reach literally hundreds of thousands of kids a year, because we also upgrade and beautify hospitals and creches throughout the year as well. So we have a massive impact there, because all these kids get to experience and go, be in a creche or an orphanage or a hospital where suddenly we spruce it up and make it amazing. So, if you're in a good space, you can heal better, and that's what we do, or learn better. So with the Academy, we're going to have this program, yes, where we're going to get these kids through. We work with Aquarium Foundation, we work with National Sea Rescue, and we, like I said, we teach them water safety and we teach them ocean health. So that, like like you mentioned earlier, they go back and they take little bits and pieces and they take it back to their families, back to their communities, and hopefully that'll save a life when they go to the ocean one day. You know, some of these kids have never even seen a life jacket.
Sure.
You know, so we introduce a life jacket for the first time. Most of them have never been on a boat, never been to the aquarium, never even been into the city of Cape Town, and that's the beautiful thing, that they come in there and they experience a day that just fills them with such joy and happiness. And when they leave, at the end of their little program, they can sail a little boat, but it's the experience of sailing. And they leave there with so much self-esteem, so much confidence, and so much like feelings of self-worth, and their little certificate, and a little gold medal, and a little fluffy teddy bear to take home, and they go off, and you know, hopefully they are inspired and confident to do many other things, and hopefully, you know, come back and sail more.
Yes, definitely. Now, I know that donations are super important. You've received one, but that is not sustainable enough. How can South Africans get involved and show support?
Oh, South Africans, look, we're in the V&A Waterfront, who we've partnered with as well, which is amazing. It's the most unique and amazing sailing therapy academy in the world, because we're underneath Table Mountain. So sponsors can get involved. They can sponsor and brand a Little Optimist, and they can also donate money to the Little Optimist Trust. But we're also going to have paid-for lessons, so kids can come and learn how to sail with our paid-for lessons, and every kid that comes and pays for a lesson helps sponsor a kid that can't afford it.
Oh, that is unbelievable. I love your T-shirt, just by the way.
My son made it for me.
Super duper cute. Greg Bertish on your Feel Good Breakfast show. We're coming to you live from Sea Point. I'm not going anywhere. I still have to be put through my paces, hence I'm wearing some fitness clothing. We'll see you in a bit.